company is being run. As creditors, the bondholders are first in line to receive earnings and bankruptcy proceeds. Bankruptcy, there we go, proceeds. And finally, because debt interest is tax deductible, debt has the highest priority of claims, the cost of debt is lowest among all forms of long-term corporate financing. What we will conclude is that because the dividends are not tax deductible, they have lowest priority of claims, the cost of common equity is the highest among all forms of corporate financing. All right, so we've already talked about finding the price of a coupon bond. We are going to now specifically talk about finding the market price. So, for example, if you were going to call up your broker and you said, I want to buy this JCPenney bond, we would talk about how long it has to mature, what its rating is, what its coupon rate is, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and he'd quote you a dollar price. So that's where we're headed. A bond is a long-term contractual debt obligation under which the borrower agrees to make regular coupon interest payments and repay the principal at the set maturity date, and that's all specified in the bond contract. As we've seen, there are two sources of cash flow. The annuity stream, which are the coupon payments, and the return of the face value, which is a single payment at maturity. Bond market price can be found as the present value of those two sources of income, where the discount rate used is the market's required return, which again has a specific name. It's called the yield to maturity. We haven't talked about the yield to maturity before, so what we've really just been finding is a present value. But when we're basing our prices on market quotations, it will be using a discount rate, which is the yield to maturity. Okay, we've just covered the formula sheet, and so we saw the coupon bond price equation. It will also be on the formula sheet for test 3. It was on test 1, test 2, and will be on test 3. The source, if you go on Yahoo Finance, look this up, you may find it, I don't know, they're always updating the website, and so it seems to be harder and harder to find the bond prices, but whatever. The following coupon bond quotations for the 27th of September 2011. Assume the first semi-annual, so we've got semi-annual coupon payments, MS2, will be received at the end of 6 months. Face value is $1,000, so that's going to be capital F. However, prices are quoted on the basis of a $100 face. So this is not in dollars. I have the hardest time getting my 382 students to remember this. It's not in dollars, it's percent of face value. This one's issued by Colt Defense, sold to yield an effective return of 11.4075, so that's going to be our discount rate, or the YTM. It matures in 6.134 years, so that's going to be T. What should its market price be in dollars? So that's the first part. As a Yahoo Finance quote, so percent of 100. And finally, verify the current yield. That's the equation I was showing you that we haven't covered yet, shown in the quotation. So the steps that I went through to find this quotation on Yahoo Finance started out with the Bond Center, then I went to Bond Screener, then I went to Bond Screener Results, and then I clicked on this particular bond, and this is its profile. Okay, so we're going to need the coupon rate, and again, you can see it says percent here, but you have to remember it's percent there as well. Yield to maturity, we're going to need that, and we're going to verify current yield. One thing we're going to talk about after test 2 is bond rating. This is actually the 6th highest bond rating. This isn't a very good rating. In fact, shortly, I think it was in 2014, Colt actually went into bankruptcy. So that's why they're paying such a high rate, and that's why their bond ratings are bad. Anyway, coupon payment frequency, semi-annual, first coupon date given here, type, corporate, callable. Yes, we're going to talk about what that means later on also. Okay, so note, you are responsible for understanding what you need to understand from the listing, and that's the stuff I've emphasized here. So that's the new part. Okay, so we're going to calculate the market price in dollars first. First step is always calculate the coupon payment. And again, that equation is not on the formula sheet for this test. So you're responsible for this as well. Or is it? It is, okay, I was being nice, I guess. It's not gonna be on the test for, it's not gonna be on the formula sheet for test 3.
So our test is on 5 and 5A only. And like, of course, like older stuff, like kind of like the
There's stuff from 4, there's stuff from 5A, there's stuff from 5, and there's this stuff from 6.
Alright. So know it all. Right.
Well, when would I say don't know it all? All right, so face value is $1,000. Coupon rate from the quotation as a decimal, 0.0875. M is semi-annual, so it's 2. So we're going to get a check for $43.75 every 6 months. Then we're using the market's required return, which is the yield to maturity, in my discount factors. And again, T was given in the problem as 6.134. So it turns out that in dollars, $885. The Yahoo Finance quote, again, as a percent of face value, it's 88.50%. .50% of face value. So is it selling at a discount or a premium? Discount, exactly.
Because it's less than 100.
This is less than 100, or this is less than 1,000, same difference, discount. Actually, let's do one other thing here. Let's go back to the quotation and write in 88.50 where the question mark is. So that's what would have been there. It's on page 4. Okay, couple of points. Current yield is equal to the annual coupon payment divided by the market price, and all that stuff's in dollars. So 43.75 times 2 is 87.50. Market price we just calculated, 9.887. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to go back to the quotation. We're going to verify that number. $9.887. Okay. Now, bonds sell at discounts or premiums because they're legally fixed. Coupon rates are not equal to the return currently required by investors. So when I say legally fixed, that means it can't be changed during the bond's life. Once it's issued at 7.5% or whatever, that's what they're stuck with. If investors' required return goes up to, let's say, 9%, you don't want to pay $1,000 for a bond that's only yielding 7.5%. So the price has to go down. There's an inverse relationship between bond prices and interest rates. And again, what do we know? R goes up. What happens to present value? Goes down. Bond price is a present value. Okay. That leads to this important general relationship. If we look at the coupon rate versus, bless you, the yield to maturity from the quotation, it implies something about the price.